to say about her mother.
Now,
She could only talk.
Jay-Z is got the kid blue with the hair.
Is it Blue Ivy or Ivy Blue?
Something like that. It's whatever sounds more like a cologne.
Blue Ivy.
Yeah, it sounds like a cologne instead of a kid. That kid has the hair that they're criticizing. Why do they let it
Because
look
it's
like...
nappy.
Well, it looks like buckwheat's hair.
So what? That's what it's supposed to look like.
If you care that much about your own album cover, though, you're going to let your kid look unkempt? Look like somebody really just didn't bother to brush out this kid's hair? I mean, is that what it looked like to you? Like no one took care of the baby. It slept on its hair, and somebody plopped it in front of the Cheerios, and it's got...
So what do you do? Cut it back and give it a weave? And
right. Doesn't a mother live to brush their babies? I know don't you think Beyonce, when she wakes up in the morning, the best thing she could do would be to stroke the baby's hair? Isn't that how you would have a good day?
Yes.
Well, I don't know. Obviously not. Obviously not how it works. I'm obviously out of step on that. All right, I got that wrong.
So the motto is walk your kid with virtually no clothes on, and then
you got to tell the kid the truth. Your mother, this is the way your mother expresses herself. And by the way, breastfeeding, on
What's
tap.
that?
On tap.
Yeah.
On tap. Just whoosh, it's ready. The kid can...
I bet she has breast milk brought in from someone with top-notch
from cows.
milk.
Probably has cows, their own cows, like Kobe beef. They probably go to Japan, get those cows from the Kobe beef, get that milk.
Ay, ay, ay.
So who else? And I want to bring your attention to... sure, Hillary Clinton, my girl, says that her and Bill were broke getting out of the White House, and now everybody is competing to be broke. Joe Biden says he doesn't have any savings.
I believe him.
He has no savings account. He has
Jill's teaching salary,
People make a big mistake. I agree with the guy who said, why would a politician talk about being broke? What was that about? What was the initial strategy that opened up this completely has nothing to do with what we're supposed to be talking about, but all of a sudden it took over the whole thing? What was the mistake there? Why did you find yourself talking to people about your financial thing? Isn't that just something you don't do, period? Never mind.
I think from the politician side or from Hillary's side, it's like I can relate to the normal American too. I'm broke, but no one wants to hear a politician say that they're broke.
She has poverty envy. She wishes that she could be with her fans who really are broke.
Yeah.
Like the people who voted for her the first time around in New York and stuff, they really are broke. I mean, people are broke. They're not broke.
You do so many...
Do you see a couple of lists up there handwritten?
Yep.
You want to grab those? There's a couple of things there to go over. This one is cute. I don't know who she is, but she's cute. There's a couple of girls. Oh, I tell you, I watched Fuse, the 100 most banging babes on Fuse. And Pitbull has got like 5 of them. He's in videos with the most beautiful women of our time, according to Fuse, the most 100 banging bodies. That's what it's called. Banging bodies on Fuse. Do you know what Fuse is? It's like MTV.
Yeah, it's like the skateboard.
It's like MTV. Yeah, it's good. All right, now, they put a journalist in jail in Egypt. I hated the Egypt Twitter revolution. The new guy is worse than Mubarak, who they got out with Twitter. Twitter got rid of Mubarak. Right. This guy's worse. A journalist is geniuses. It's a good thing you listen to Twitter, people. It's a good thing people listen to Twitter. That is the worst outcome. It's the biggest, and who predicted if you don't watch what you get, you will get worse? Edward effing Till right here. So I'm sick with this. Egypt is now kidnapping that's it, yeah. So go ahead.
So he got put in prison.
He's done. He's like OJ. He's in jail. He's on his way for a long sentence because he broke the law by reporting on the government.
Oh,
His report on the government, the way he did the newscast, broke the law. He's going to jail for a long time. And he's an award-winning CNN. Margaret Warner from PBS is 100 years old. This is the guy who was her lead source about 10 years ago in the Iraq War, and he drove the car. He was like the transporter. He's like, get in here, Margaret. They were shooting at them. The Al-Qaeda and the Maghreb and the Sharia laws, my ex-wife, they were all firing guns. This guy, Abu Kalala Journalista, his name, something like that, Jalala, whatever, got them out. And now he's going to jail in Egypt because the Twitter people got rid of Mubarak. They Twitter was, Mubarak has to go. Twitter, Mubarak, Twitter, it saved Egypt. Look at Twitter go. Twitter, you watch that stock drop now.
Yeah.
Who wants Twitter now?
Twitter's going down.
Well,
just like Egypt is.
Well, anybody who needs 140 characters, that's all you're allowed to say. If that's what you need, yes, could you please make everything 140 characters or less?
Yeah.
Who's that sound like? What generation does that sound like? Can you make everything in 140 characters and put a picture on it? Can I put a picture on it and a link? Can I get 140 characters? Say comeback, CMBK. How do you spell comeback? CMBK.
TTYL, LOL, BFF. Aye.
So you accept responsibility? I don't hear you saying I'm sorry. I don't hear a word of
I'm going to throw
apology.
it down to the generation below me. They're way worse than.
What does that mean? What are you trying to do?
I know it's a downward spiral, but it doesn't bottom out with my
Oh, is that
age.
right? So you don't feel you're responsible for the decline? Oh, I see.
I see. I do not.
Everything happened when you weren't there. That's right. You've been absent for what?
No, I'm saying
30
if you
years?
think people in the 40s are bad, look, wait until you see the teens, 20s, and 30s. It's going down.
All right, look. Do you know Eric Jones and I have been friends for a while? You know the guy, the hip-hop guy? Okay. We haven't worked out his show schedule yet, and I just don't believe he's still been established as the lead-in show for me in the morning. How could this be possible after all this time? Eric is great. He knows LL Cool J like I do, and that's big.
And take the trip.
So, all I know is there was a breakdown in communication. What? You know, I played some music there. I'm on camera. I'm on camera. So I have to dance when there's a musical break to keep the viewers entertained. It's not easy doing what I do.
So hush not, child.
You're going to start juggling the balls, too?
Yeah. Marion Barry yesterday, huh? Millions of Americans. Did you hear him? You didn't hear Marion Barry? Yeah, millions of Americans.
And keep on wishing. Remember your dream.
At Till Show, Starcom Radio Network, across America, around the world. Moores, New York, one of our great markets, upstate New York. Love Moores, New York. Marshland, Oregon, and of course our flagship is in Cowlington, Oklahoma, where it's tornado season and they need your help to get a news vehicle. By the way, don't you go for that still? If I go to the shopping center or the traffic is stuck and there's a news vehicle there, W anything,
right.
The News 17, News 1610, whatever. This one is KKRP, 1610 News, whatever. Don't you always look and see what's going on, and don't you feel better that you go, well, at least, whatever it is,
yeah.
I'll find out about it.
I'll give you a direct example.
Oh, you will? Oh,
yes.
Okay.
I had two people text me, News 13 and Fox News is at Gleason Park getting watching the shark trapper get the shark out of the pond.
No.
This is more, everyone has to, but it is whenever I see News 13, it's like, you want to know who's in there, what
it's
reporter's
the shark.
in
They
there.
get a shark, the shark was in a pond?
Yes.
How did a shark get in a pond?
That's the question.
Oh, somebody
They think
did
a
that.
hooligan put it in like as a foot long, and now it's 3 or 4 feet long.
Is that right? So you put a baby shark in a pond, but the pond has salt water for the shark?
Has alligators, turtles, but it's It's Gleason Park.
But there's a saltwater pond. I thought ponds by definition were fresh water.
I thought so too.
And now we're saying
Maybe
it's not?
it's evolved to a freshwater shark.
All right, so that's interesting. I didn't know. Really? Okay, a pond of saltwater ponds. So Ellie Mae wasn't that far off when she would go, Granny, I'm at the cement pond. She would go, at the cement pond. That's Donna Douglas. You remind me of Donna Douglas a little bit. Do you know that?
I don't know whether to say thank you or
Ellie
throw
Mae.
my shoe at
Ellie Mae. Ellie Mae. What, you think that's something anybody could be Ellie Mae?
No.
You want to bet she's alive? Do you want to make some quick cash? I'll bet you right now. I'll bet you right now Ellie Mae is alive. Ellie Mae.
I'll bet you.
You want to bet Ellie Mae is alive? Granny is gone. Irene Ryan is gone. But Donna Douglas and Paul Peterson's alive. The Donna Reed kid. I see him all the time on those TV shows. Whatever happened to
Who was the
my
rugged,
childhood career?
handsome guy on there?
The who?
The rugged, handsome guy.
On what?
On
Stay on the mic, but on what show? On Donna Reed? The father? Carl Betts.
never mind.
Oh, I remember when Carl Betts, when I found out that he was an actor. When I was a kid, I thought they hired real doctors to play a doctor. When I watched
like Marcus Welby.
That's it. When I was a kid, I thought you had to be a gregarious something, and then as a real one, they would put you in a movie. I didn't think you could start from zero and just not have anything. Yeah, so I found out Carl Betts was not a doctor, and Donna Reed married to a doctor. You know, the character. And I got very cynical. Right? That's when I started to get cynical as a child. I said, well, this is crap, because she would say, hi, darling, how many people's, hearts did you cut open today? And he would be, I thought about yours the whole day.
Fluttering.
He'd come in with flowers. The kids would go, oh, they're so in love. And then they would go, no, they're just so drunk. They're both... That's how they do it, kids. So Mad Men season 7, huh? Woo!
Yeah.
Good. Halfway till next year. Season 7, part 2, a year from now.
Oh, it's that long?
Oh yeah, brilliant.
Right.
Make them wait, baby, because everybody, they're going to be there. Is anybody going to abandon that series now?
And that's
Never.
the last one, and there are, 7 or 8 of those episodes? Or how many of those?
No, next year 7 more.
7 and then
7 and
that's
7. That'll be a 14-episode series
Right.
split in 2. Sopranos did that. Sopranos had season 6 split into 2 halves. Yeah. What were you doing Night Sopranos ended? When it went out, when they had the last scene, when they're sitting there eating at a diner or a restaurant, and the guy comes out of the bathroom, and you think he's the hitman, and they got the angle. Tony's head is exposed, his torso, so a hitman could walk right up to him and take him out. Meadow has delayed everything by parking the car. She took a long time to park the car. She can't get the car parked. We're waiting. Meadow walks in. Everybody's happy now. Meadow sits down. AJ, can we eat? He goes, we're waiting for Meadow. The mother, Edie Falco, was like, Nurse Jackie, I have a script I have to read. There's a trailer came out yesterday for Gandolfini's last movie. This will be the last time you see this guy, and they say it's a great movie. I have no idea what it's about. I didn't watch it, but you should see it.
Did he finish everything in it, or did they have
What do I look like? The guy who read the Cliff Notes? I don't know what the hell that answer would be. What do I know? I'm trying to tell you the guy, if you want to see him. They say this is a great place to see him. Do you like him?
Yeah.
There we go.
Well, I mean, is
Are
it
you
a
with the
comedy?
FBI?
Is
Are
it
you
a
with the FBI?
suspense? Is it what kind of movie? What's the name of the movie so I can check
You know
out
what the movie's
trailer?
called?
What?
Guess what the title is? No questions, please.
Last Day in Italy.
It's called No Questions, Please. You remind me of her. Alex Wagner. Do you know who that is? On the Today Show? She's on the Today Show. She's like the 5th one on the show.
Thanks.
But she's the youngest, hottest one. But she never shuts up at the questions. You're like, Savannah, it would be like, all right, Matt, that's the way it is in Syria. And then your character goes, how did Syria get its name? It's been Syria for like 100,000 years. Yeah, but people would probably want to know that. And then right away, the Today Show starts, the control room goes, wrap it up, Matt. Okay, that was a very interesting, that's a good question. You know what? But when you take over the show in many years from now, why don't you ask somebody how that goes? But for us right now, it's more like Dreamsville. You ever play that game with the kids?
Dreamsville?
Well, my dad called it, let's see who can go to sleep first.
Oh, yeah. I tried that with them. It didn't work.
They didn't like it?
No.
Kids hate that game. I love that.
What else can we play?
I love to see a kid hate it. That's what I wait for. I wait to every kid who's never heard that game, and they hear the word game first, and then they find out it's you go in your room, I'll be on the couch, and whoever falls asleep first wins.
Yeah.
Because sleep is hard to get. Oh boy, what else? So, I can't get fried chicken late night at Publix because it's the first thing they sell out of. Nobody wants lemon caper chicken at 10 o'clock at night.
Right.
Lemon whatever. Who is it?
Lemon pepper.
But the Bo Bergdahl is getting what he wants to eat.
Who's that?
Oh, the guy we traded from the Taliban. A little something called the Taliban trade. A little something called the Taliban trade. Yeah, okay. America shouldn't be here in Afghanistan. This guy's getting what he wants.
Now
he's able to make food choices. I'm not.
Yeah.
I try to make a food choice. Oh, I'm sorry, sir. We don't have any. There's no more fried chicken. She says to me, it's almost 10 o'clock. I said, but you have 5 boxes of this boring. What is lemon chicken for if you're not allowed to eat? What if you're on starvation diet? Gandhi probably came up with lemon chicken when he's not eating. Bobby Sands, recipe book. Remember him? Hunger Strike, Bobby Sands? It's a Bobby Sands cookbook. It's what you're allowed to eat when you're starving yourself to death. If you are a political prisoner and you're starving yourself because you're protesting the people who have you captive,
right.
Lemon chicken.
This guy quite the opposite.
You're allowed.
You're
allowed to have lemon chicken because it's not food. It's the idea of putting lemon on chicken and that's it. Pepper. Oh wow.
Lemon pepper.
Lemon pepper. Why? Because it's for people with the salt problem.
Well, that could be.
High blood pressure.
The
high
new
strung.
flavor now is bacon peppercorn. In a chicken.
First of all, how could there possibly be enough chickens naturally in the world to account for any of this? Fried chicken was in there long before it became good to eat chicken. I've been eating fried chicken since it was bad to eat fried chicken. They go, why? Because I'm skinny. That's my gift. I'm allowed to eat things that fat people cannot have.
That's right.
And enjoy it. And it's delicious. By the way, if you're fat and you're not having fried chicken, you are missing something. And I am enjoying it.
You are the king of 3-3-3-3s.
What did she tell me the other day, my girlfriend? 222. I said, can I have the 333? She answered me back with the 222. Oh, the ending of Shutter Island.
Oh.
Half an hour missing because of the commercials on AMC. Somebody's like, I think it's almost over. I said, do you think?
It was another hour and 20 minutes.
That's right. It was another half an hour.
I was hoping it was over at 10, and it was over at 11.
11:20. So now, Michelle Williams murdered those kids as his wife. Leo DiCaprio is a federal marshal. The movie is called Shutter Island. Scorsese directed this. Thelma edited Schoonmaker. She edited this movie. Any movie that Scorsese makes, you gotta take it seriously. He makes what he wants, right? So I'm like, this movie sucks. How could this is a Martin Scorsese sucks movie.
Those were my thoughts.
Well.
Did it turn around?
All the way.
Yeah.
All the way. Ben Kingsley looks like he's trying to convince Leo that he's nuts. right? That's what it looks like. Turns out Michelle Williams keeps haunting Leo, keeps coming back as a hallucination.
Right.
Because he comes home from work Saturday. He goes, where are the kids? She goes, I dropped them off at school. He goes, honey, it's Saturday. He goes, where are the kids? And they have a beautiful home in Connecticut, gorgeous little saltwater pond with a baby shark in it, right? He looks over, and all 3 of his kids are dead in the pond, floating. And the wife says, no, they're in my school today.
Ooh.
She killed him. Now, when he goes, the kids. She goes, don't worry. She goes, we can pick them up from school. She goes, we can get them out of school so you can tell that she doesn't know anything about what she's doing. It's all about me. It's all of me is what she says to Leo. She's like, it's got to be all about, right. She's cuckoo. She's nuts. Mentally ill, like in 1951, where it would have been shock therapy, and that's about it. What do you do with her? You're going to love this. So she's singing, it's all, and she's singing, everything's good, honey. She's getting sexy with him. She starts making out with him, with the kids perished. He's screaming like in Godfather, when Michael goes, oh! He's screaming like that to the heavens. He's shattering the sky with his yelling. And she's like, don't worry, we'll go out tonight. And just all of me, take all the... So she's getting sexy.
Are they showing the images of the kids floating on top of the water?
The kids are in his arms. He's holding them. He's holding them. They've been cut up and whatever, and then floated into the pond. He went and got them. He brings them up. He goes, baby, you know I love you. And she's like, I love you. He gets it. She's nuts, right? So he enables her. For a second. No, this is what you missed. What happens is he enables her. He goes, that's okay, baby. And she goes, oh, okay, baby. And then he takes out his gun and he shoots his wife.
Really?
Of course, because he knows that they're going to put her in an insane asylum, and she's dangerous. So he now gets convicted of that under his real name, the guy he said he was looking for. He said he was looking for that guy. He goes, I'm here to find Andrew Latus. Latus. I'm here to find Andrew Latus. And meanwhile, his name is an anagram. The guy he says his real name. So you don't know what's up. He then is in a jail cell talking to Ben Kingsley and talking to Mark Ruffalo, who is not his partner.
Well,
that's his primary. No, that's his primary psychiatrist. The whole thing is a hallucination. He's flipping out over the death of his kids and the fact that he murdered his wife. And he's a law enforcement guy. His whole life was.
For God's sake.
Yeah.
Now I got to see the ending.
That's what happened. And it was, when I saw it, I was like. So, on top of it, I'm not even giving you that is not the ending. That's next to the ending. The ending is even better. The final scene of the movie is unresolved. When you get to the end, all you want to know is this guy nuts? Did he do this himself? Or did somebody do this and he's trying to crack this case? And you cannot tell at the end. Martin Scorsese is the best badass in the history of any badass. Why? Because he created every badass anybody likes. If there's a badass like Jimmy Conn, you love Leota in that movie, right? The Goodfellas, you love all that.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, well, guess who created it? Guess who do you think came up with all that? That's Marty. Guess why De Niro makes one phone call to this day? There's only one guy he calls, Marty. Do you know why Marty is the genius and everybody else gets the Oscar? Marty got it for a cartoon. You believe this? Scorsese got finally got his due for a cartoon. Hugo is where he got his Oscar. It's unbelievable. So that's the way the world is. When you're the Wizard of Oz, guess what? Everybody talks about the Tin Man. Everybody talks about the Cowardly Lion. Right. Everybody talks about the lily. What were they called? The little guys that ran around in Oz. What were they called?
Oh gosh.
You got it. That's them. That's them.
I'm still back on.
They had a name, right? They had a name. No, they had a name. Ruff, 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 right? They had a name. But does anybody remember the wizard? No. Nobody wants to know. They're even disappointed. Marty looks just like the wizard, doesn't he? When he walks out, he's small. He's got that head that's mostly, it's like, he's got the helicopter right on top. Oh, he's getting tired, huh? Is that it? What time is it? It's 2. Oh my God, 2:59 on the East Coast.
Wow.
Is your clock running out there? You got the meter running? You got a car waiting for you?
I got enough quarters in there.
So anyway, once again, he scores. I would never go see Shutter Island based on the reviews. People hated the movie. They did not like it. The critics did not like it. Why do I spend a lot of time on the show? News headlines, but then film. Why? Art imitates life. Life imitates art. You've ever heard of that?
Yep.
Why? Why do you think that is? Because people use film to try and figure something out that you can't figure out in the moment of life. It happens too fast. There's too many things going on. You go back with a film and you retell the story, and then maybe people understand something. Maybe. Have you seen the Michael Jackson autopsy?
No, I haven't.
What?
No.
How's that happen? How do you miss that? You don't know that he's dead?
I do know he's dead.
He died. What's wrong with you? Okay. You see, you always throw me a curveball. It's very unsettling when I talk to you. Because I think that I'm watching out for the right. You don't like Michael Jackson?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
He's he's a musical
hero to
genius.
your right.
Yeah.
For your generation, anyway, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And so what happened? You don't know. How did you hear he died? What word got to you? Did anybody tell you, or did you?
I think I was on the computer, and then the breaking news came across the computer.
How long ago do you think? Watch this.
Oh, gosh.
Like last week, right? Like a month ago, when the rug got here.
Oh, gosh.
What? Yeah.
5 years ago?
Oh, pretty good. Very good. You're actually right on. I think you got it right at about 5 years ago to the year 2009. I think it was. Didn't he die in July? I think he died in the heat of the summer, in the hot summer.
Getting ready for that big tour.
Called This Is It, and it was it.
He just didn't make it there.
So you haven't seen the autopsy?
No, I haven't.
How do you not?
Well, just hearing the reports was enough. I don't need all the details.
What did you hear? Yeah, well, these you do.
What's it called? Profanol?
That's right. That's close enough for talk radio. That's good enough for this show. Yeah.
Well, instead of a sleeping pill, it's like used to put people out for surgery.
But what about him? What happened to him? Do you know what his story is? Do you know what became of?
He had that skin disorder.
That's right.
And then
he
had that bad Pepsi commercial.
That blew his head off.
Right.
He wore a wig every day. Did you know that? Every day of his life since Pepsi. He wore the head with it. He had the thing. It's pretty bad, man, for a guy who's on camera. I mean, everybody loved him. They loved looking at him.
I always wondered once the Pepsi fire tragedy happened. I bet I heard he got addicted to painkillers and narcotics and all that.
You know what I heard? Who set the fire? Coke. They tried to negotiate with him, and he gave the deal to Pepsi. And they called up Santos Trafficante, his nephew. Just went right. Oh man, it was bad. He kept dancing if it was on fire. Do you know that? That's how dedicated he was. He was trying to play through it, like some guy in the NFL. Yeah. And what do you get for it? Impetigo. Your hair falls out, and everybody. You should see his autopsy. I don't know how you didn't see his autopsy.
I would be interested to see it. That's like with, I remember with Whitney Houston's autopsy. Once you read it, that chick was a mess.
Tracy Morgan is not having an autopsy. Didn't you think he was going to have one? Everybody thought he was going to die that night. They kept saying, they cannot update his condition. Remember that? That was it.
Right.
We cannot update his condition.
And then it kind of disappeared for a while.
Then he smiled, and everything was okay.
Oh, now is he doing any media?
Media. I think he's still doing Profanol or whatever.
Oh.
He's still in pain. I don't think he's going to be walking months and months of rehab.
Oh, really?
I think so.
I didn't know it was that bad.
I think it's like when you get busted up in they start you from scratch.
Ooh.
Yeah. I don't know if they're going to have to do the surgery as much, but it's a very rough deal. No, you know what I wanted to ask you was not just about him, He'll be okay, I think. I think he's going to make a comeback. Somebody who's not making a comeback is Oscar Pistorius. What's the latest?
What's going on?
Why is that trial not on TV? Why am I not getting my Oscar Pistorius fix?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
you
kind
know
of
why.
stalled.
You know
and then
why? Mental
what-
exam.
Oh, shut up.
Mental
Now he's
exam.
mentally, they've got to examine him?
Well, no, you know what it is? He could be adversely affected psychologically by having shot his girlfriend. Some people say that would psychologically cure a lot of men. A lot of men would actually be in a better psychological state if they had shot their girlfriend and knew about it. Say, what happened? I think you shot your girlfriend. Oh, really? I feel such a weight off my shoulders. I mean,
Milady.
that's the one. That he shot his milady. So when he's going the opposite. He's going with, I loved her so much. When I found out that I shot her, he's going with the Shutter Island defense. It's the Leo DiCaprio defense. I shot my girlfriend and I'm crazy.
It ain't too hard for me to jam. It ain't too hard for me to jam.
And I'm like, that's brilliant. That sounds like the movie Sideways. When they were trying to talk about like what movie Miles should write, a script or whatever, that's the script they should have written in Sideways. Is where you shoot your girlfriend and you're so psychologically devastated by what you've done, you can't be tried for it. That's it.
Ridiculous.
Come on, ridiculously brilliant. You know what they call that on MTV? That's ridiculousness. That's ridiculousness if I ever saw it. That's awesome. All right, so I got that one. Now, wait, hold on. Who is she? Wait, I love this girl. Do you know this girl, Emma Thompson? Do you know what Emma Thompson is?
Is that Julia Roberts'
Something.
niece?
No. Emma Thompson is Julia Roberts'
wait.
age. And the Emma Thompson that was married
She's
to...
an English actress?
She was married to Kenneth Branagh. Do you know who Kenneth Branagh is? He always plays in some stupid King Lear kind of actor, stuffy British guy.
Yeah.
Well, she was married to him. You don't know who these people are?
I know Emma Thompson now. I've got a visual.
She's kind of prissy, proper. She's a little
Right.
prim and proper.
Right.
But
right.
then she wants to be like hot. It doesn't happen.
I don't think of her that way.
You sure?
She's too little too prim and proper.
She had some nice things to say about you.
Get my knickers in a twist.
Miley Cyrus. I almost can't say this. You know what? Where's the tablet? Do you see it? Is it up there? Hand me that little Nexus 7 there. Grab me that thing. I don't even want to say this on the air. She's very graphic in her dancing now. Miley Cyrus. You know about that,
Yes.
right? Okay, so she's got a thing where her costumes have wardrobe malfunction. Usually means you slip the nip, right? You're like, oops, and you put it back in. Jennifer Lopez and others. Oops. Okay, nipple,
Right.
baby, breastfeeding equipment
Right.
is meant to be kept from the public view. It's breastfeeding equipment. You don't show that. They call it a wardrobe malfunction. Miley Cyrus does not breastfeed, and she's probably not going to be slipping. She doesn't have monster things. But she cannot keep her knees together. Hands on knees. Hands on knees. Do you remember that episode of Mad Men? Sally, that's what you tell little girls. Hands on knees, girls. Let's go. Knees together, sit up straight, because you got your school uniform on.
So she's going the Paris Hilton, Britney Spears route.
Miley Cyrus has a different fear of a wardrobe malfunction because of the way she behaves.
Okay.
Now, when Gary and Dino and I were in high school, the girls used to roll up their skirt to make it extra short. Miley Cyrus wears a lot of the short skirts. Okay, so the girls used to wear those skirts in the wintertime. So what did we say when we drove by the bus stop? We're in Dino's car. Gary's in the front seat. I'm in the back seat. And the girls had their short skirts. And Gary would say, "Chap lips."
Oh. That's
Miley Cyrus's sister. She has a kid sister. You know about this?
Right.
Okay. Her job, watch out for chap lips. It says it right here in the news. I am not making it up. Her kid sister has the job of making sure, she says, quoting Miley, nothing falls out
That's
At
a
the
nice
base
way to
of
get on
the-
the payroll.
of the basement. Watch down there because she does the cartwheels. She does a lot of cartwheels, Miley Cyrus.
And a lot of her stuff is just in a unitard.
A thong. It's like
Yeah.
a thong. So
And
this
then
one, this one watches down there on behalf of her sister and says, guess what the code word is? It's all in the article. This is
Muff.
all in the article. No. The code word is oops. Right? That's very sophisticated. She goes, oops, something is falling out. And they stop the take. And they take the thong. There's a thong mover, and it moves it east or west. This is what it's come to. Now, what's worse is, how could you possibly use the following terminology in the mainstream media? Okay, this is even for me. I can't get comfortable if you talk about a prelude to a kiss. That was an old song when I was a kid. You'd be like, oh, I love you so, like the beautiful botanical gardens. You are even more radiant than those little buttercups, something like that.
Right.
So now you go cut. Your hoo-ha fell out on the left side of the left. She goes, they're numbered. I have them numbered so my sister can tell me which one. She goes, you're number one. There's 4 of them. There's 2 on each side, apparently. I won't even use the word. Do you realize we're on where you're allowed to use this word?
Is it the L word?
No, it's V is the first word, V, and the second word is L, and the second word is plural. So it's like this is like a disgusting Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah.
This is like a disgusting Wheel of Fortune. You know what I
I'm
plug?
squirming in my chair.
You know what? I'm going to Dirty Bingo at Lou's.
Oh, you?
I said it before. I'm going. Because I saw another one. Do you know what a GILF is? What is a GILF? Grandmother I'd like to. Right. Mother's MILF. Grannies I'd like to. So I said, you are, they go, Canadian GILF. I said,
Oh, my
yeah.
God.
So I went to Lou's. And I asked a couple of the bartenders. I said, do you know what a GILF is? She goes, the place is packed on Wednesday night. I go, why? She goes, Dirty Bingo. Grandmas, dirty grandmas, go to Dirty Bingo. And then you have it lived until you see how grandma has sex in the car. Remember when you were a teenager and your boyfriend would be like, let's go park somewhere, and you would start making out, and before you know it, something's going on, you're in college, and you're in the car. You get older, and you're you're 42 years old, and you go, this is so stupid. We got this expensive hotel, and I'm doing this to you in the car. And you go, no, it's not stupid. It's like when we first dated. This is a BMW. Go for it. Come on, it's a 700 series. You're not exactly slumming.
Give me a 700 series. Yeah.
This is called a quaalude to a kiss. Quaalude to a kiss. So now you get really old, and grandma is still doing it in the car. And they got a thing called Canadian GILF. And the woman, it's a grandmother. You can tell she can't even lie down on the
Well,
front
you just
seat.
put the seat back, right?
Not even. She sits on the corner of the seat. Like when you're exiting the car. Imagine. Right. That embarrassing moment when you don't want to be flashed when somebody's exiting a car, but they flash you because there's no other way to get out. It's like a flash and then a fall over. And then she falls over on the console. And she's at a 45-degree angle. And she says,
Is it because the GILF is 70-something, or is it because she's had 8 drinks?
both. That is 7.
And is a GILF hot at all? And how old? What's the range of a GILF? Like 50 to 90?
Here's the whole thing, if you want to understand what's happening. Years ago, they did all of this with Troy Donahue, other people. They invented all of this stuff. The first Volkswagen bus. That was
The GILFs paid the road for the MILFs.
for everything. Everything you know today is from these women. And now they lean with the door open. They open the door. They go to the parking lot at dusk. They don't go in the dark because nobody can find anything. They go at dusk. That's when they make their move. They leave the door open, and you go, oh, that door is open. And then you see the nylons. You see the nylons pulling like it's World War II, and some GI is bringing them back from France. You know, garter belt, Spanx, the whole.
What do you now, like, if you're in the car, what do you do with that? Whatever you want?
Walk up to it.
Then what?
Standing up.
You're in the car, though.
She's
you
in the
lay
car.
It back?
Shh. Come on, watch your language. She's.
Oh my God.
She's got strong arms, so she kind of steadies you when you are up on that first step of the SUV. You know that extra step you add for the elderly?
The kickboard thing.
But it's kind of like a step.
Yeah.
It's like that wheelchair that slides down the staircase. You know, the moving wheelchair.
Hover around ramp.
They have one for the car. You step up on it, and then it hydraulically lifts you up to align the two of you. And you just lean in.
Like Sheryl Sandberg.
You know what she's right, just like Sheryl Sandberg. Just like Sheryl Sandberg did. You lean in, and then she gives you the high sign.
What is the high sign?
I'm done.
Oh my God. Did you do this firsthand? Have you done this? Have you participated in this? Oh my God, that means yes.
The truth is, I can never remember. I think she's roofying me. I think I've been roofied by these old broads because I can't remember.
It just far enough to the car and then you don't remember.
I don't know what happened. I go home and I feel like I should shower, and I don't know why.
Are you scratchy the next morning?
No, don't say that about them. No, it's the L'air des Temps. I smell of Jean Naté. I have Jean Naté all over my jeans. I have my
Your what?
my fair. I got my Ferris slacks. I got my Ferris slacks with the Velcro. I don't use them.
Those are your tennis shoes.
Both. The whole thing. All my stuff is Velcro now. I don't have to do anything, man. You know what it helps? It helps my audio memory when I get undone. I can hear, I can think back, and I go, oh yeah, I remember that. So, if you want to get some Canadian geese, that's one thing. But I'd rather have a Canadian gilf, I'll tell you that. Granny, man. Granny rocking the house.
You know, right in line with gilf and milf, my daughter was at her grandma's knitting group, and there was a bobcat that was loose in this condominium complex. So this teacher said, oh, I heard about that in my class. My students kept saying it was a cougar, and she said, I know, a cougar's huge. This was a little bobcat. So she said she went online and Googled cougar to show them the size of a cougar.
Right.
Nothing about a four-legged animal.
Nothing. You know what a cougar is? It's a lost art. It is. It's a lost art. It's the lost art of seduction. That's what being a cougar is. A cougar walks around you before it kills you. You know, and then the prey in the middle goes, I think the cougar likes me. I'm 17. She's 42. She's driving a Corvette. She likes me. You wake up. You're addicted to oxycodone, and you're living in the valley. And you're like, what am I doing here? And she's got you locked up in the cabana room, and you're out there cleaning the pool.
My father didn't know the meaning of wood.
It's not a bad life though. Richard Gere made it look pretty good in American Gigolo. You know, you provide a service for a niche. Isn't that a niche market? Cougar women. That's a niche market. That's an itchy market, as you pointed out. But yeah, it's a niche. Why do you think women's sex drive would increase at the 2-minute warning of their ability to ovulate? Why all of a sudden they're like, hurry up, now we want to throw the bomb, now we want this, we want that. You're like, you had the whole football game here, and now all of a sudden... One last hurrah. I see. That must feel great for the guy to know he's doing the last hurrah. That must be terrific. So what do? Do you sign it off? Do you officially...
Well, a lot of times they can't keep up with the cougar.
But I'm saying, what is that? What are they trying to do? Finally retire it? You're putting it into the off season?
Maybe trying to get a little like, hey, I still got it. Let me show you what I got.
There's a brand new Lamborghini sitting over here, and you got me looking at a Chevelle.
I don't know. I'm not a cougar. I don't go through that mindset. I'm the beat up VW, right? I think she...
What is she trying to say to the kids? What is the message that the cougar is sending? Even at my decrepit old age,
I'm an old dog, but I can show you some new tricks.
Now, when we were kids, dogs were the girls you did not go near. You say, well, she's a dog, forget it.
I'm a pussy with new tricks.
Oh boy, that's
Pussycat.
If she says that, she's gonna get in big trouble. All right. I think the whole thing is that nobody now wants to get old. Isn't that what it is? The old baby boom people, Mick Jagger. What about Jagger's girlfriend? Isn't it good that he's coping with the mourning of his...
Out with the old, in with the new.
But isn't it true? Why shouldn't he? He's alive. She's the one who's dead.
He can still celebrate life, right?
Well, not only that, don't you want him to feel better
with
about
someone his grandchild's age?
Doesn't that reassure you that it's the whole thing about being a rock star, the whole thing about all of it is just... It is what everybody wants, right? They just want all this stuff. This is what they want.
Tell me what you want.
Gotta feed the ego.
Brand new house on an episode of Cribs and a bathroom I can play baseball in, and a king-size tub big enough for
And a girl who's 19, no matter how old you are. No matter how old you are, the girl should be 19. Now, you know what 19 is, right? You know that's the height of a woman's everything. You know that. You didn't know that's the
That's
apex?
the height of the sexual peak is 19?
Along with the fertility curve.
Really?
They all come together in the 19th year. That's why 20 is 20. You know how 20 is like a big
20's
letdown?
over the hill.
It's a big letdown.
So how you gonna do it?
Men, on the other hand, when they're like 40 and 50, that's when 19-year-old girls can finally stand being around them. When girls are 19, they don't want anything to do with guys their own age. Then they date somebody who's like 28 or 38. Then they get tired of him. They try somebody who's 48, and they really can't stand him. All of a sudden, you're like, this guy's 58. This Ed Till, he's easy to get along with. It's unbelievable. He knows what's up. And you say, well, but you're just a kid. Yeah, but I want to learn from you. So you'll hang around a couple of years, I can get a new one? Absolutely. Okay, we're on. That's natural.
Daddy, grandpa,
That's
lover.
a natural. It's just like when
lover, friend, confidant.
Just like when the lion comes to the lioness, and he says, "Hey, what's up?" And she goes, "Look, I make love 1 day a week. That's it. 1 day a month. That's it. 1 day a week if you're nice to me. Get ready for 1 day a month, and on that day, you have to do it every 8 hours. You have to. I'll be sitting right here. You sit next to me. The kids are. We gave them all Nintendo, so they're busy. All the little cubs are playing Nintendo around the clock, if you know what I mean. And that's not a pun. Around the clock. and the lions seem to be working out much better than humans in the marriage department. What do you think? Who do you think has a higher rated divorce? Lions or human beings?
Humans.
Way higher. And how many lions you ever see at a therapist's office?
Not too many.
0. Buying psychotropic drugs to make themselves feel better about how, yeah. Does that ever? No, lions never. Lions don't even have Obamacare.
In the private rooms with the lady latest dictionary of today's who's who. They'll get you anything with that evil smile. Everybody's got a drug dealer on speed dial. Well,
My
hey, I wanna
troubled one, Brittany used to shave her head all the time, is completely back. I saw they did a thing. She made $500 billion last year, and she's going to make more this year. She's now as big as ever in her career. How's that work out?
just wanna
Whoa.
Whoa.
What'd she do?
I don't know.
And is this her, what number of comeback is this?
Do I care? Is she a winner? I said to her,
Is she?
I said to her from the beginning, Disney will teach you how to be tough. You learn how to do all those dance routines for Disney, and everything's going to be okay. Now, has she made some mistakes? Of course. Of course. What? Are any of my kids, they come to you and they go, I have to tell you something. That's how you know they did something bad. It's inevitable. The whole thing is, can they make the comeback? She's back. She's back. Lisa Kudrow.